Hi all! Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Morning, everybody. All right, once again, lots and lots of information. We are seeing Princess Beatrice here, and oh my goodness, some shocking stuff has come out again. Let's just jump in with both feet and get there, shall we? Let's go. As usual, we're starting off with Anne this morning. You know, you would never know she's 72. She looks fabulous. She was watching in the wings when France ended Scotland's bid for its first ever Grand Slam in the Six Nations Championship rugby match. Apparently, it was a tie right up until the very, very end. And there was a bonus point. No wonder Anne looked so stony-faced. Well, looks like she had a good time anyway. Moving on. All right, Sophie and Edward. Once again, we know that they attended a private youth rally from the Governor General Youth Award. We already saw a bunch of pictures, but of course more pictures have come out. First of all, you get to see a better idea of what Sophie was wearing in these pictures. And I've already shown you she planted a tree, but you know, I just feel like her style is underrated and doesn't get enough attention. All right, some more pictures came out of them meeting the famous conch band. Some more photos came out of Sophie doing different things. We already know that she did some painting. Well, they show her also looking at other people's paintings. It looked like she did some work. I could be wrong, but it looks like she's decorating cupcakes. And it also looks like she got some sort of a lesson in how to braid hair. Also, thank you again to Remoulade Sauce. I showed you this gorgeous outfit that Sophie was pictured in, but what I didn't tell you was what they did. On their last day in the Bahamas, Sophie went to the Willie Mae Pratt Center for Girls, which is a correctional facility. And then she took part in the women's empowerment meeting with local women's rights experts. That's why she was wearing that gorgeous pink outfit. All right, moving on to Camilla. I also told you guys that she had multiple things that she did the other day. And again, some more pictures came out of the Queen Consort, or she will be the Queen Consort, visiting the JCA London Fashion Academy campus with the founders, of which is Jimmy Choo and Stephen Smith. And they showed her a little bit of what they do. Very nice. Next up, Princess Beatrice and her husband Edoardo Mazzi, I think is how you say it, were seen entering the Wembley Stadium to go watch some soccer, rugby, football, whatever you want to call it. They looked absolutely wonderful. They look very happy, in love. I've said it before, I'll say it again. She hit the jackpot when it came to the husbands between the sisters. And a big thank you to Remoulade Sauce for once again letting us know what she was wearing. All right, next up, it came out that the Queen's Award for Voluntary Service and the Queen's Award for Enterprise are going to be renamed to reflect the King's continued support for outstanding volunteers and business. So the new name is the King's Award for Enterprise and the King's Award for Voluntary Service. And the reason this is being done is they're saying that when the Queen was still alive, she was committed to recognizing outstanding work and acts of service by individuals and groups. And the king said that by putting his name on it, he wants to point out that he's trying to continue Queen Elizabeth's legacy by recognizing outstanding businesses. All right, we're back to the coronation. Apparently, King Charles is lining up Prince George along with the Queen's grandchildren for prominent official roles because they want to show the family together as one, if that makes sense, which I think it does. Now, the Queen has a son who has two children aged 15 and 13, and she has a daughter who has three children aged 15 and two twins aged 13. There's talk about like when Queen Camilla, when she's anointed, her grandchildren would hold the four posts of the canopy over her head. Things like that, that kind of involvement. I think that would be very nice. The theme apparently is something along the lines of looking towards the future while rooted in history. I love it. All right, next up, the stories are coming out that Harry and Meghan are having monetary issues. You guys, I can totally believe that, okay? Totally. They need $50,000, $60,000 a month just for the regular bills. That doesn't include, her clothing and the jewelry and, the travel. They can't expect every friend to loan them a private jet. Okay, so there's a little bit of an issue there. And I've told you guys a gazillion times before, people seem to think that Netflix handed them $100 million. They didn't. They're giving them like $2 million a year to produce things. And once you're not producing anything, they're not paying anything. Now, I did see something online yesterday that they had their house up for sale. We saw the rumors. They had the house up for sale and they had no offers. And there's a rumor that Oprah Winfrey's going to buy it from them just to get them out of the neighborhood. That'll be interesting. All right, moving on. Now, here's what the stories are right now that are coming out. Harry and Meghan could upstage the king's coronation with a special message. Yes, if you can imagine this, they're putting out stories that Harry and Meghan might fly back to the UK just to have Archie's 4th birthday. And they truly believe that by releasing a picture of Archie on his 4th birthday, that a coronation with the pomp and the circumstance and the parades and the band will completely be upstaged. That's how full of themselves they really are. I know. It's unbelievable. Now, I agree with Akua, who said that a coronation upstaged by a private bash for a 4-year-old, not going to happen. Is it going to be broadcast live? Maybe it'll be the same kind of party that they had for the daughter when she had her 1-year birthday, and there were like 5 guests who happened to be professional photographers taking photos. Oh, people, please. Now, let's move on. They're saying that if Harry and Meghan show up with the kids, the humiliation, because the grandchildren will be involved in the coronation, but their 2 grandchildren, or Harry and Meghan's children, will not. There's a very simple explanation for that. As I told you guys earlier, number 1, the grandchildren are aged 9 through 15. Nowhere is Louis going to participate. He probably won't even be there. And Charlotte will not be participating either, it doesn't appear. And why would the Sussex's children? Remember, this is a racist, horrible organization that's horrible. Why in the world would they want their 2 very young children to participate in that ceremony? Why, so they could sell them to Netflix? All right, moving on. These stories that are coming out are really upsetting me for the simple fact that they are out and out lies, okay? So this story came out saying, Elton John and the Spice Girls and, this person and that person have all said that they will not appear at the Coronation concert. And so now who are they going to get? All right, let me remind you that just last week, this story came out saying Adele and Ed Sheeran had passed on performing at King Charles's coronation. So upset by this story was Ed Sheeran, he reached out and said, "That's a lie. Nobody's even contacted me to ask me if I want to appear at the coronation." And when they reached out to Adele's reps, there was no response, probably because she also had not been asked. So when you see these stories going, the coronation is a crisis and none of these stars will come and they won't perform, it's a lie, you guys. Pay no attention. And quite frankly, I'd be shocked if William did invite Elton John. All right, moving on. They're saying that if Harry and Meghan don't go to the coronation, that they're going to regret it. Now, I'm sure they will regret it, but not for the reasons that you guys think. I'm sure they'll regret it because Netflix is still wanting more, information from them. Netflix is still wanting more content from them. All they have is their royal connection, and now they're not going to the coronation, so there can't be any more filming or taping or anything. I mean, it's almost a joke, you guys. Like, come on. Now, you guys should know that they have branded Harry a self-indulgent crybaby for asking for an apology from King Charles. Now, we know that he has now gone from wanting a public apology to a private apology because he's not getting an apology at all, okay? And let's be honest, even a private apology, they can't be trusted with anything. So I can't even imagine what he would expect them to apologize for. What, the $35 million wedding, the clothing, the travel? Who knows? But the point is, even if they thought, listen, we'll bring him back into the fold, we'll give him a private apology, it'll make him happy, you have to know that that private apology would not stay private for very long. So he's not going to get one. The sooner he realizes that, the better. All right, next up, Princess Diana's brother was spotted walking into the BBC. And they asked him if he was going to go to the coronation. He said, probably not. I wouldn't have thought so. There's only 2,000 people going. Now, he was there because he was appearing on Radio 4. So, yeah, you never know. He might still be invited. We'll see. All right, moving on. I am very happy to see that the public is behind Camilla after she spoke about how they want to change Mr. Dahl's books and, for the woke community. And because she spoke up, the publisher listened and is still going to offer the original, basically. Good for her, and I'm glad to see the public is behind her. All right, moving on to what I consider to be one of the big stories for today. Let's not forget that Prince Harry is having this event where you have to pay all this money to go. And what it is he will answer fans' questions. You have to buy the ticket, submit the question, and then, of course, you're not allowed to speak. This is, the people that are listening are not allowed to interact with Harry. We know that the questions will be very well vetted, and probably Meghan will write the answers. They're saying it's a live virtual event. There'll be no recordings, no sharing of the event later on. You're not allowed to interact with these people. This is just another way to sell the surplus books. I told you before, they're doing this to promote the book, which means they're going to give the book away and they're going to fudge their sales numbers. With all that being said, I have to agree with Olga here. How can you be described as a best-selling author when you didn't write the book? You're not a humanitarian when you ridicule someone with physical limitations and you lied about your own family. Oh, and you're a war veteran when they called you Bunker Harry because you had your own security team the whole time. I agree. Now, people are asking, who is this guy, this Dr. Mate or Mott, whatever you want to call him, who's going to be appearing with Harry? You guys, you couldn't make this up. Well, this guy is a Hungarian-Canadian doctor who was threatened with being arrested because he used a, quote, spiritual psychedelic drug to treat his patients. No wonder Harry likes him. He has 20 years of working with people suffering from addiction and mental illness, as well as stress and child development, so he says. So he's a big supporter of decriminalizing drugs, and he was caught using an Amazonian plant, I can't even pronounce it, to treat patients who have mental illness. Now, this plant, which is taken as a brewed drink, causes people to have hallucinations and other side effects, including vomiting. It's been used by shamans and traditional healers. It's illegal in the US, illegal in the UK, illegal in Canada. And in 2011, they told him to stop using it or they were going to arrest him. This is nothing but the blind leading the blind. All right, moving on. All right, I had to point this out. Meghan was just caught in yet another lie. Things from the TIG keep coming out. Now, remember, she gave an interview and she was also in Archetype. She claimed that she was alone. She was a latchkey kid, right? We heard that during the third podcast. She kind of forgot this interview that she gave, where she said that every day after school for 10 years, she was on the set of Married with Children. And we also know from other interviews that she was picked up by a limousine. Remember, this is the woman that was so poor they were eating at the all-you-can-eat salad Sizzler bar, so she said. And let's not forget, per Samantha Markle, that Meghan Markle, her TIG thing came back again, and she reported in June of 2014 about her father, quote, "This man poured his blood, sweat, and tears into my future so I could grow up to have so much." Remember, this is the same woman that still has not gone to see her dad since he suffered that life-threatening stroke. Amazing. All right, you guys, it's meme time. They just keep coming. Now, I try to give credit where credit is due. If I missed you, I apologize. Yeah, hold on to your hats. Oh my goodness. All right, you guys, you know I like to promote channels, and this channel was, recommended to me. This is a gentleman named Kevin the Countryman. Apparently, he walks through the Cotswolds villages and takes video. Very relaxing. I suggest you guys take a look. All right, now we're going to finish up this video. Now, when Finn wants something, he doesn't stop. He keeps going and going and going. And you're going to watch all of this behavior only to find out at the end what he wanted was a treat. I'm not kidding. Watch this.
What? What? What do you want? What? What? What are you talking about? What do you know?
It's like he's realizes I'm taping. Let him talk again.
What? You want to go out? You need to go for a walk? What is it? What do you want? What? What? What do you want? Is it a bee, a poop, or a snack? We're out of snackles, honey.
No, we're not out. There's a couple in the bowl.
What? What do you want? What?
Seriously, you guys. All right. Leave those comments below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of my uploads. And don't forget, if you've already hit that button, to double check it again, okay? Don't forget to go up into the description box where you'll find the links to my Twitter, my Getter, my Rumble, my email, my Patreon. For those of you who have donated through my coffee fund and through the thanks button, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.